Hey guys, welcome to our channel. I'm gonna take a break from our decode again here. I know I said I wasn't gonna do it, but we're doing it because I got a couple of really messed up comments here, and I want to address that. In fact, my fiance will be happy because this was what she wanted me to do in the first place. So let's just take a look. First of all, this Seth Wildenberg says that my proof for these guys' PEDO ring is people talking about other people. So I'm not even worth making a video about. Well, make a video about me. I don't care. Keep that in mind. We're going to come up here to this person, Michelle L. Listen, man, if it is a cult, that cult has been better to me than my own family. That sounds pretty culty. That's usually how it works. And she loves them. Well, that's great. Especially Karen B. I love Karen B. She's effing awesome. And then proceeds to go on and tell me all about how great Brian Stavely and Karen B are, and they've been at it longer than me. And I'm new. Well, I'm kind of new, but not really. Anyone who's following along knows. And we're all about uncovering the Mandela effect and what's really going on there. So then I get told there's been a ton of Mandela effect conferences. Okay, didn't know that. Where were you? Oh, you must not be part of the community. Okay, get it? You're a fake paid shill. I'm a fake paid shill. So this person is saying that somebody's paying me to reach, less than 100 people. I'd say this person's doing damage control and she's probably paid. But as to that, nobody is hanging these people. These people are hanging themselves. Karen B is doing damage control. Now, this was the part of the video my fiance wanted me to play in the first place, and that's the part I thought I was going to play. But let's listen to, and Karen B. Now, remember, he said this guy had said, this fella later says 13, 14, and 15-year-olds are just like you. They lie and misrepresent themselves as to stuff that they're not. But let's listen to this part. Nobody's saying anything. These people are hanging themselves. Let's listen to these guys make this distinction.
Okay, now here's where he makes this distinction, saying that he's not a pedophile because she wasn't young enough to qualify, which I think is a distinction without a difference.
And they judge by the facts. People in the chat, however, see the facts, and they're mainstream. They just focus on the one thing, pedophile. Yeah. And a 14-year-old is not a prepubescent child. So right. There is a clear distinction between a 14 and 15-year-old that's ovulating and can bear children to a child that is prepubescent.
A 14-year-old is not a prepubescent child. So right. There is a clear distinction between a 14 and 15-year-old that's ovulating and can bear children to a child that is prepubescent.
And that's not me. That has never been me. I have never pursued any ideas or any thoughts like that.
Here are a couple of direct quotes regarding.
All right. and he's sitting there with Karen B. Did Karen B say, wait a minute, bud? No. There is no distinction. It's still a child. No, she didn't. She's doing damage control. damage control with this guy. These people hang themselves. If you watch, these people are hanging themselves. One guy, you just have to watch the video and watch these people hang themselves. I'm not hanging them. Jake the asshole ain't hanging them. This dude that did this video documentary ain't hanging them. They hung themselves. Everything they said, they did it themselves. There's another part. Let's just see if I can find it. I don't know if I can. Let's watch this shit. Here's this authentic intent, this Joshua Swift that Karen B was just sticking up for.
Make sure it is not any children who you are flat smacking. And let me show you why.
Authentic Intent is out on the streets and he's interacting with these 3 minors. They're obviously minors. I don't need to check their IDs to know. And I'm looking in the comments, and this commenter, name spelled AOEULHS, who was very much in praise of Authentic and attacking me in their Clearing the Air video, says, "Cutie on the left." John Garner. In fact, let's look at these accounts since they're all behind the perv. John Garner says, "Girl on the left, very, very, very pretty." Lone Ranger 777 says, "All 3 are cuties." John Garner says, "Get her number, Josh." Yeah, Josh, a convicted pedophile on parole needs to get the number of a minor. John Garner says, "Prison stripes kind of young. Maybe she's telling you something." John Garner says again, "Very pretty." So let's take a look at who John Garner is. We're looking at people who are behind the perv, and these are people behind the perv. So this is John Garner. John Garner was there taking Authentic Intent's side against the victim.
Put the bass and the drums on a looper.
So this old guy is hitting on these teenagers, telling Joshua Swift, the convicted pedophile on parole, to get their numbers.
I'm just going to play the guitar to it like this. Powerland style. Yeah, I heard this tune called
Powerland style. Okay, the next one who's behind the perv is this guy. This is the other guy who was in there saying all 3 of those little girls are cute. And as you can see here, he is a fan of Authentic Intent, likes all of Authentic's videos. And if you can just look at his face. This is Lone Ranger 777.
I'm trying to let it get to
right
a part
now
here.
Watching Authentic Intent talk to young ladies and asking for their numbers. Here is the other individual. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Doesn't have any content of his own. He's also very much into those young girls. So let's go back
We
to
can take
Authentic
that
Intent.
for what it is. Obviously, his comment.
I don't either. So if I were to leave Minnesota, go to LAX to go international, most likely, like I went to Thailand in 2015.
Yeah, he went to Thailand in 2015. So Lone Ranger 777, this guy up here licking his computer screen or his camera. You can actually see him licking his camera. He says, "Yep, they're pretty, pretty, and pretty." So these guys are here for eye candy. And many have suggested that Swift is here to flirt.
I had to fly from LAX to Tokyo to Bangkok, Thailand. And let's say that I had enough money, I would have to take a commercial.
All right. I was trying to get to the part where somebody finally commented, "Leave those kids alone," and his comment got removed. All right. Watch the video. You'll see it for yourself. These people are hanging themselves. These people hung themselves. Nobody's hanging them. Nobody's. They did it all themselves. So before you come on here accusing me of just wanting views, I could care less. Don't watch. I don't give a shit. I would, if I thought that I had no way to distance myself from people like this, my channel would get pulled and I'd quit doing it. Meanwhile, we're actually getting to answers of the Mandela effect. MN. Manwich breaks down to this and this. That's what we're doing. I don't want to become part of a thing like these guys are doing. All right. So there you go. You think it's somebody saying something about them? No. They did it to themselves. They said it all themselves. Nothing to do with anybody else. These people are just pointing out what they said and did. So, whatever. Call me new, call me a shill. Even though I don't make any money and hardly anybody follows my channel. Don't care. So that's going to be it for this one, I guess. I guess we could come through here and see if we could get to that part.
Doing really is just circumnavigating around your neighborhood. It's no different than taking a couple of
those young girls. Finally,
hypothetical. Why would you
talking to minors? He hasn't disclosed his status. They might be in touch. Look, he could be putting himself in touch with them. Email me later. Lottie says stay away from those young girls. Finally.
Hypothetical. Why would you?
This guy says stay away from those young girls.
Watch what will happen. Most likely, Bob from Glowbusters or Authentic will ban Lottie for saying that.
Best Buys out here. You know, your friends aren't out here. Is your
message
house,
deleted.
like, way out here?
See, he said leave those girls and little kids alone, and they deleted his message. His comment got deleted. You can see it right here. And Karen B did damage control for this person. So tell me how great of a person Karen B is. Making a distinction between a 14 or a 15-year-old and a prepubescent kid. Are you kidding me? You're joking, right? That I think he was 35-year-old was with? Because he didn't have the brains That's giving him credit. Because he didn't care how old she was. How about that? Because if you cared, you'd find out. And if there was no ID that could prove otherwise, you'd be gone. Tell me. All right. That's going to be it for this one. So basically, if you're down with the crap that these guys are doing, get out. I don't care. If I had no subscribers because of this, I'd call that a win. Because then I would have got to the bottom of who I was talking to. But obviously my subscribers aren't that way, which is a good thing. So that's a win too. I can't lose. You can either go or stay. If you're down with what they're doing, go. If you're down with getting to the bottom of the Mandela effect and not becoming part of a PEDO ring, stay. Simple. All right. So for now, guys, thanks for all your thumbs up, thumbs down when appropriate. Thanks for all your comments, leads, feedback, and subscriptions. And thanks for watching, guys. And for now, you guys have a great rest of your day.